Okay, so we want to find the scale factor of the dilation. We're looking at our original shape, our original object form, figure. Our original figure is DEFG, which means our new figure is D prime, E prime, F prime, G prime. And we notice that D prime, E prime, F prime, G prime is smaller than DEFG. And so we should automatically from that, the first thing we should think is, okay, my scale factor needs to be a fraction or a decimal, but really a fraction. Okay, and so there's a couple ways to do this. On these, they're not trying to trip you up, they're just trying to find out what the scale factor is. So what you could do, I'm going to give you both tools here. The first way you could do this is you could say, okay, EF is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. E prime, F prime is 2 units. DG is going to be the same as EF. DE is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And D prime, E prime is 1, 2, 3 units. And so you can automatically see, or you can pretty quickly see, that DE is twice as big as D prime, E prime. So your scale factor is the new number divided by the old number. So 3 over 6 or 2 over 4, 3 over 6 or 2 over 4. Those are both equal to 1/2. And we did do this a little bit last year, I think. We were supposed to. Whether or not we did, I don't really remember. I think we did, though. We went over scale factor, I believe. Okay, so that's kind of one way to look at it. Another way to look at it, and this is more along the lines of what they want you to do for this sort of thing, just because in not so much in this section, but in following sections, they're going to make it a little bit harder for you, and you're not going to necessarily be able to find the scale factor that easily, or you're not going to be able to know if it is a dilation. Okay, so for it to be a dilation, your figures have to be similar, which means they have to have the same shape, and whatever the scale factor is has to apply to each side. Okay, so if our rectangle was longer on one side and it didn't, like we couldn't take the first side and multiply it by 1/2, and if that didn't work with both sides, let me try that again. This side is 6, this side is 3, this side is 4, this side is 2. If we take 6 and divide it by 2 or multiply by 1/2, we get 3. If the other side are 4, if we multiply that by the same scale factor of 1/2, if we didn't get 2, then it is not a dilation. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. All right, the other way to do it is we take one of our points, E. E is at 10, 10, 10, 10, and E prime. E prime is at 5, 5. Okay, so our x value divided by our y value is 5 over 10. Our y value divided by our other y value, sorry, did I say that? Our second x value divided by our first x value, and our second y value divided by our first y value is equal to 1/2 for both. In theory, you should test that out on all of your points, but we don't have to. It's going to be the same. They'll all be 1/2. And so the scale factor of the dilation is 1/2. I think that's enough for that.